What's happening? You're coming here soon.
I am. Finally, I land July 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So it was funny, and I turned my phone on and another earthquake. So we had an earthquake last Wednesday. We've probably had about 800 aftershocks. Fortunately, I'm not feeling most of those. These happen on the other side of the island. And amazingly, in a 7.4 magnitude earthquake, so far 16 people have died and 3 are still missing. A lot of this was hikers because it hit in a national park area, and the island is all mountains in the middle, right? And so this is a very famous area, and so quite a number of the people that have died were just crushed under rocks. And the amazing thing is the last earthquake of this size was 25 years ago. 2,400 people died. As a result of that, they changed the building codes to make them more tolerant of the earthquakes, because this is called the Ring of Fire. This is tectonic plates over between Taiwan and Japan, and it's just what real life is. And so this island regularly gets earthquakes and typhoons. That's just kind of normal. And so even my apartment on the 8th floor was truly swaying. I was doing cardio kickboxing at the time in the middle of my living room and trying to maintain my balance. And yet no creaking, no additional cracks. I mean, I already have cracks, but it's fine. And so they have the loss of life being so minimal is because they have held to these building standards. It's really amazing. And their rescue teams are incredible, absolutely incredible. So, but sadly, earthquakes have death tolls just on a normal basis. So in general, most people kind of went on with life. It's because it's such a common thing here. But it's been a bit unnerving. Yeah. At different times. Yeah. So, I primarily serve at an international church. If you are a missionary in Taiwan, the expectation is that most of your work happens at a church. And so I serve there in a number of different ways, from prayer ministry, worship team, kind of behind the scenes, coaching with people, private conversations, private prayers. And one of the other things I do is I lead women's retreats. So we have our 4th women's retreat coming up next month. And so we use these materials called velvet ashes. And they are, again, because this is first generation Christianity. And so the level of theology and their questions really work well. And the fact that I also then transcribe and translate the documents into Chinese. So they're not using such high theological terms and things. It works really well with people. And as my 4th retreat, each time, like half of the people, this is their first ever women's retreat. So we keep, having some people that have done it before and then some new people. So that's been really encouraging, just that they really have enjoyed the materials. And so really looking forward to that, looking for some, again, additional growth for the women. Our church is actually really growing. It's very exciting. We hired an associate pastor last June. And so I've actually done some training with them, some Clifton StrengthsFinder. We did training last July, and then we just did another round in February to help them with team building, help them understand each other better. But as a result of that, we've honestly been able to do more ministry. So one of the things is we are in the Science Park area. We also have a lot of universities. So our people are engineers, they are English teachers, or they're students. And so our services are really growing with our university students. And so it's been really exciting because now we have a little bit of staff to handle some of that. So it's pretty exciting for the church, and just looking at what the future is from a ministry standpoint, because we're positioned in a perfect place, but we just have not had the staff to do it. So that's been very cool to see that kind of ministry be able to blossom. And so I'm again, I work a little bit more behind the scenes on some of these things, doing the training with the pastoral staff. Having private conversations. One of the things I do is I walk alongside people who are new in the field, and that's both our pastor and his wife, to help them through adjustment, because neither one of them have lived abroad. So I meet with them once a month. So a lot of it's, kind of behind the scenes stuff. So, yeah. Very excited to go to the United States, and it's going to be very busy because I have not been back since I came to Taiwan. And so it will be 5 years since I've been in the churches, because I was there in 2019, and then 2020, I kind of get stuck, and all the churches are trying to figure out how do we do this during COVID. And then I leave in 2020 and I don't get back till 2024. So it's going to be full on, all of my churches, all of the people, presbytery meetings, but I'm starting it with a week with God in the mountains in Colorado. So
good.
Yeah.
I've got 2 questions. Are you in Taipei?
No.
Where are you?
I'm in a city called Hsinchu, Hsinchu. It's so Taipei is up in the corner, and then come down a little bit northwest, and you'll see Hsinchu.
Okay.
On the coast, the Windy City.
And then the other question is, you said the pastor and his wife have never been abroad. They're not Taiwanese then?
No. This is an international church.
International church. Okay.
A lot of the people in the church are actually Taiwanese, American Taiwanese, or Asian. Our pastors are American boomer, blue collar, American millennial Hispanic, Korean, under a Taiwanese structure and leadership.
Interesting.
Yes. So
probably some adjustment to each other.
Yes. So we had some cultural discussions on what is this doing on team development and stuff. Yeah.
A little like Revelation 7:9, though, right? That nice mixture of intergenerational, intercultural. Yeah.
Very much so. And so our potluck meals are crazy. It's like, okay, I have no idea what this meal is. Is this an Indonesian, Filipino, South African? I mean, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's great fun.
I was going to say, that's more fun that way, I think, right? That's very awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing you. I'm glad that you're safe. I know what it's like when people hear about earthquake. If you're in the epicenter, it's super crazy. If you're not, you feel it and it's scary, but you're relatively safe, right? Yeah.
And that was the biggest earthquake that I've ever felt. And my first ones were over in China. So still unnerving.